For years, artificial intelligence has been quietly running in the background of our daily routines. It has worked silently to filter spam from your inbox, recommend the next movie in your queue, and recognize your voice when you ask your phone for the weather. But recently, the landscape changed. Computer systems moved from being passive background filters to active entities, capable of writing software code, composing music, and generating original artwork. To understand the mechanics of this shift, we have to start with the baseline definition of artificial intelligence. Broadly, it is the development of computer systems designed to mimic human cognitive abilities. It achieves this mimicry by combining algorithms and statistical models with immense computational power, allowing the system to learn from data, solve problems, and make decisions. Looking at this diagram, you can see how that raw computational power is channeled into a single task. This is Narrow AI, a system that is highly specialized and built strictly for one purpose. Until recently, our primary interaction with Narrow AI was purely analytical. We built these models to sort and categorize information, detect patterns in large data sets, and predict outcomes based on past events. This analytical approach powers the everyday tools we already use, like e-commerce recommendation engines, automated customer service chatbots, and the spam filters guarding our emails. These systems became incredibly efficient at organizing the world around us, but their programming was limited to processing existing data rather than creating anything original. To see where our current capabilities actually fit in the grand scheme of technology, it helps to map out the theoretical timeline of machine intelligence. On this timeline, sitting past our current position, is General AI. This is a theoretical system that possesses human-level intellect, capable of performing any intellectual task that a human can do. Pushing further still brings us to Super AI, a hypothetical state where artificial systems completely surpass human intelligence across every metric. But those general and superintelligences remain strictly hypothetical. They are not the cause of the sudden expansion in AI capabilities we are seeing today. Instead of reaching general AI, researchers have unlocked a different breakthrough entirely within the existing bounds of narrow AI. The development driving these new capabilities is generative AI. While traditional systems analyze data to classify objects or predict trends, generative AI uses its training to create entirely new outputs. The process starts by feeding massive amounts of training data into statistical models. These systems don't just look at the data, they analyze the mathematical relationships between millions of different points. By mapping these relationships, the AI learns the underlying invisible patterns of human creation, from the specific way a sentence is structured to the lighting patterns in a digital painting. Once those patterns are learned, the system can generate new data that resembles its training material, but is entirely unique, synthesized from the patterns it has internalized. This mechanic is currently expanding across several domains. It is the engine behind text models that write long-form content and image models that produce high-resolution art and logos. The same logic applies to more complex media, such as programming assistants that draft usable code, audio tools capable of voice cloning, and systems that generate full video animation. Generative AI takes the history of what has already been made and transforms it into an engine for what can be created next. This split illustrates a shift in the way we use machine intelligence, moving from software that interprets information to software that produces it. This transition is happening now. We are seeing a move from passive data reading to active media generation, occurring entirely within the specialized systems we've already built. This evolution changes our relationship with machines. Rather than treating them only as tools for calculation or sorting, we are beginning to use them as dynamic collaborators. In the coming years, common tasks, from drafting a routine email to designing a new product, will inherently involve these generative processes. Choosing not to adapt to this change means continuing to use computers merely as librarians, while others use them as builders. AI has expanded beyond its role as a tool for sorting our information. It has become a collaborative partner for building what comes next.